So hey girl, hey. So in this video, I want to talk about some things that I learned from living in the mountains for about 5 weeks. And yeah, so that's what I want to talk about in this video. If you follow me on my channel, you know that I am Airbnb-ing it right now. And I'm coming towards the end of my stay in the mountains. I'm in Fraser, Colorado, and we are at about 8,500 feet above sea level. So apparently I have been saying this wrong like the whole time. Like I would say square feet and they're like, that is not right. It's not square feet, it's just feet. So I've been corrected all of my life. I feel like I've been saying that. But anyways, so in this video, I want to talk about some of the things I've learned while staying in the mountains. And you know, life looks different at higher elevations. I'll say that. Like yesterday, we saw two moose, which was pretty incredible. I hear they're very dangerous, so we kept our distance. But anyways, let's just get into the video. So the first thing that I realized living in the mountains is how incredible. I'll just start here. How incredibly spoiled my kids are. They are so spoiled. So today's been a day, and so we tried to do a picnic today, and you know, they had some things to say about it. And you know, with modern conveniences and you know, them living in a living with me and then living with their dad, you know, separation and divorce with children can be quite difficult and challenging to navigate because you're having to co-parent with someone that doesn't live with you and that can be challenging in itself. But you know, I became acutely aware about how spoiled my kids are, which is all on me. It's no one else's fault but mine. And so with that revelation, I have to instill more gratitude in my kids, you know, being grateful for the little things that and the things that we have and like those kind of things. Being in the mountains, you don't have as many things to you just don't have that many things, and sometimes the internet can be spotty, and so it can be, you know, but you know, instilling gratitude in my kids is something that I've learned throughout this whole process that I need to be more responsible for and take accountability for, like actually, you know, like instilling those kind of things into my children. And with that being said, just to piggyback off of that, another thing that I learned is that I'm spoiled too. I'm kind of spoiled too. And there's nothing wrong with that to an extent. You know, still being grateful for life and still being grateful for the things that I have. But I do enjoy certain things that that the mountains do not offer, like DoorDash or and Uber Eats and things like that. Now I've lived without them for the time that I've been here. Is it convenient? Absolutely. Can I live without it? I can. I definitely can. Would I rather not? That's another story. But I did learn, you know, I did learn some things about myself and what I'm capable of. You know, being a single mom definitely is hard, and so I do lean on some of those conveniences at times to help not overwhelm me. And I don't want to overfunction all the time, you know, being for my kids and building my businesses um, and just being sane and these kind of things, it can be quite challenging when you, especially when you have your children at all times. And I'm so grateful for it. I would, you know, I'm so glad that they're here with me. Family is so important to me, and family is everything. And I wouldn't, and that's another thing that I learned, is that family is everything. And I've had to lean not just on, you know, my kids, but also my parents and my sisters, like, you know, and things like that. So family is so important. And like when you're in the mountains too, when things are not as chaotic, you know, it's a slower paced life, which is amazing, and I love that. And so you realize a lot of things. I've had so many revelations and realizations being here about people, relationships, you know, how what's important to me, like what's important to my life, and the vision that I have for my life, and those kind of things. So the mountains definitely, the slower paced life can be very revealing. It reveals a lot of things that are important, because when you're an autopilot, when you're in this like go, go, go all the time, chaotic, everything is like, you have to be there, you have to be here at all, like it's all the time. Sometimes you don't have um the opportunity to just like be and understand, like, okay, why am I doing these things? Is it important to me? These kind of things. When you slow down, you realize I didn't need that. And that's another thing that I realized living in the mountains, is some of the things that I thought I needed, I really don't need. And so moving forward, I can do without those things. Another thing that I did learn living in the mountains is how to do my makeup quicker and with less, and still have the same kind of effect, girlfriend. Yes. You know, like it is slower paced, so I, you know, you know, you would think that you would have more time, but then it's like, why? But I still like the glam, I still like makeup and nails and all that kind of stuff, but I realize that I don't need as much, I don't need to do as much, and these kind of things too. And you know, honestly at this point too, I like less makeup, like because your girl could get carried away with the foundation. Like I was getting carried away with the foundation and the contour and all this kind of stuff. And I still like that stuff, but I've learned that I don't need as much. Like I'm barely wearing foundation right now, barely. Um, you know, it's mainly primer and sunscreen, um, and I enjoy it. I've learned to do um maybe like do more with less, if that makes sense. And so that's another thing that I learned while living in the mountains. So I did write some things down. Let me see what I said. Oh, and simple isn't bad. That's another thing that I learned, that sometimes we complicate things because we feel like that's going to be better, but that's not always the case. And simple can be a great thing. Like it is more of a simple life for sure. There's like 2 grocery stores, and so it simplifies your options, and no department stores or anything like that. And so sometimes when you have too many options, you can be overwhelmed, and that's a lot of energy. When you have a lot of options, that takes up a lot of energy and time. And so when you have less options, you preserve your energy for more creation, more things that, like your vision and being more creative and things like that. So that's another thing that I learned about living in the mountains. So the last thing that I'll say when it comes to living in the mountains, what I learned is that it's not for me. That's what I learned. It's not for me. However, I was like wanting to go from some extremes. I don't mind the more slower paced life. I just need more. I just like more opportunities, I like more options, but not too many options. So it's like finding a happy medium for me. Definitely not for me. However, I would come back and do this again. I would definitely do this again. I would just make sure I have enough of my Amazon purchase made prior to staying here. Why? Because if I didn't say this before in my other videos, the postal service does not deliver to mountain towns. So if you ever you work from home and you just think, okay, I'll just do the mountain thing and I'll work from home. All I need is an internet connection. Girlfriend, the postal office does not deliver to mountain towns. So if you have samples coming in and things like that, if you need things delivered, you're gonna have a tough time. I had the toughest time getting my samples delivered, getting things delivered, everything. It was very, very challenging. So just keep that in mind if you ever think about I just want to be in the mountains for a little bit and just and I work from home. Whatever it is that you do and you think that you can work from home, girlfriend, they don't deliver. So if you need anything delivered to you, it's gonna be challenging. Some things were really complicated and challenging for me to have to get around, but for overall, definitely was worth it. I had a really amazing time. For the most part, people are nice here. I did have some issues with some people that weren't the nicest. And I mean, it wasn't even, just straight up mean, mean. And I don't know what it is, and I don't want to, I kind of stand out here, but for the most part, I made amazing friends too. Just a little bit of time that I was here, I met some amazing people. I had more of an adult life being here than I did in the Springs where I came from. And then people wanted to get to know me and things like that, which was really, really cool. And so that's kind of what I learned. Some of the things that I learned living in a mountain town in Fraser, Colorado. It definitely revealed a lot of things to me, and I'm excited about the next chapter and moving forward with my life and those kind of things. So I'm excited. So I just wanted to share some of the lessons, some of the things I learned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on manifestation, spirituality. I'm sort of a hippie of sorts and things like that. So I like to talk about things that are a little more esoteric and parallel realities and things like that. So yeah, I'm one of those. I'm one of those. And hypnosis and the subconscious mind, all of that jazz. So if you like that kind of thing, I think you'll like it here too. And we have some new drops from Censored Apparel. Like this jacket that I have on is one of our jackets that just dropped. And we got some new bags. We got some matching bags that go with some of our outfits, which I'm really excited about. and new things for the men. So if you haven't already, check us out on Instagram too. We are on Instagram, Censored Apparel Official, and see some of the things, especially like for our men's. I love our men's line too. I love our bags. Like, I'm really excited for our upcoming launch because we're going to come out with more bags too. And they're like crossbody, small, like not like anything like, well, we might have some big ones coming out too because I like it big. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that there. What was I saying? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. I'm a 7th grader sometimes. I'm sorry, I am. Give it a thumbs up. I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.